All right, y'all. This is something popped up on my YouTube thing in front of my thing, and this is Saitama versus Gojo. Has anything changed? I don't think anything has changed. Besides, Big Gag Goat still win, I guess. But yo, let's hear his perspective and everything. Let's see who he gonna give it to. Y'all already know who I rock with over him. I give it to GODGOTHAM. Gag character and all that. Let's get it. Gag character going against a non-gag character. Let's go.
Gojo versus Saitama isn't a new versus battle topic whatsoever, but since it's pretty much been left behind for the past year or so, I want to re-explore the topic / debate and see and come to the conclusion, has anything changed? If you enjoy versus battle or my content in general, be sure to leave a like.
Like I tell y'all, I'll take everything, Power Scale to be saying, take it with a grain of salt, bro. That's all I can tell y'all.
Subscribe, because we aren't stopping anytime soon and we have more and more content for you guys. Enjoy.
The scaling for Saitama is going to be pretty concise and simple, as most of you have probably seen scales for him before. And since he is the peak of his verse, I can just upscale from any feat within the series. Starting off with earlier feats, we've seen Boros was capable of destroying the Earth's surface, and Saitama would then casually one-shot this attack. And we can upscale from Sairochi, who was able to lift a giant chunk of the Earth's surface. These previous feats was scaled to that multi-
I ain't gonna hold you.
Who was able.
This right here is a bro. How did Murata drew this, man? Oh my god, this is so beautiful. God. Oh my god, this man artwork needs to be steady.
Able to lift a giant chunk of the Earth's surface. These previous feats was scaled to that multi-continental range, and obviously his biggest fight in the manga so far being against Cosmic Fear Garo, which provide a whole slew of feats, like being able to sneeze away Jupiter, which calculations provide this to be around star level, or even higher due to the speed and kinetic energy of the attack, and then straight tanking a gamma ray burst, which has the power to destroy stars and even entire solar systems. And then the biggest feat we have is him clashing serious punches against Garo, which resulted in creating a massive void in space.
This right here, bro, it got everyone this everywhere. It got everybody everywhere, bro. That's why I said, bro. Okay, that's why I said you are entitled, bro.
Exact scale for this could be very vague, mainly because we don't specifically know what was destroyed in said clash. Those lights you see in the panel could just be stars, solar systems, or even entire galaxies that they just one-shotted. Since it's not directly implied what was destroyed, a hard lowball for Saitama would be at least multi-solar system, given the amount of stars destroyed in that attack, and a high ball would be around multi-galaxy. Again, that scale could vary. Now I could end his AP scale here, but there are some other feats that can get him into even higher metas, like his feat of kicking Garo's hyperspace.
Bro, when I saw that, I'm like, yeah. When I saw that, I said, yes. One sensei in Murata, they is giving this guy like Toon Force stuff too. He is giving him like some Toon Force stuff with it, bro. That's why I said, bro, that's why I've been telling, like, bro, Saitama is just in his own lane, bro. Like, he's all around. He's all around. It's not too hard to understand him, bro. It listen to one sensei Murata, bro.
Which rips through space itself to make a portal, and he just casually kicks this away.
A Toon Force moment right there, wasn't it?
Along with reworking atomic particles to rewind time, and Saitama just punching into an entirely different dimension.
This right here, that's the part that had me like. I like when they draw him like this, but y'all can't see.
These feats would imply he can.
I like when they start drawing Saitama like this, like like start drawing him like that. I like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just like it. Like he in the corner somewhere.
Interact with fourth dimensional constructs, such as space and time itself, and things that work outside his own dimension, which is a universal feat. Now this could be the result of Toon Force, as he has shown other Toon Force.
Toon Force, what I told y'all, bro. People see this right here, what the narrator say, bro, and they just, like, no, this is not accurate, no.
Like abilities, like being able to inhale, and could be the result of Toon Force, as he has shown other Toon Force like abilities, like being able to inhale and sneeze in space, even though there is no air in space. So you could say that's just a gag feat, since he is a gag character himself, but I do
bro, like I told you, the only people who don't consider Saitama a gag is just, I guess, like down players one. Basically, bro, they don't see him as a gag because he's not doing, like, I guess, like, what stuff, how they want I guess like Bugs Bunny stuff. They don't if he ain't doing Bugs Bunny stuff or something like SpongeBob, then no, he's not a gag in their eyes or in their point of view and all that. I'm like, bro, okay.
I feel these feats are worth mentioning, but again, you don't have to completely buy this line of scaling. Now I can get into his speed scale. Even before he broke his limiter, he has shown light speed feats. By self-claiming, he outpaced his own reflection in the mirror, which could scale him with relativistic or light speed reflexes and reactions. And obviously when he breaks his limiter, he massively upscales from people like Genos, who have shown to dodge lasers very early on in the series, and Flashy Flash as well, who has his own light speed feats and statements. Saitama's best speed feat by far though, would be his constellation, has his own light speed.
It's crazy that people they see that. I don't know, man. It's just crazy, bro. Like the down player, they'll go with this, but alright, whatever. I don't want to.
Feats and statements. Saitama's best speed feat by far though would be his constellation feat he did on Jupiter's moon. This feat will be calculated to be around 3.3 billion times the speed of light. Now to speak on his abilities, he doesn't particularly have a large kit aside from his literal infinite potential and some limited tune force like I mentioned earlier. He does have the power to interact with other dimensional fields, but other than that he can just punch and kick stuff I guess.
When I scale Gojo,
Hey, did bro say infinite potential?
keep in mind that it could be interpreted as
Particularly have a large kit aside from his literal infinite potential and some limited tune force like I mentioned earlier. He does have the power to interact with other dimensional fields, but
It's only had infinite strength.
other than that he can just punch and kick stuff I guess.
When I scale Gojo, keep in mind that it could be interpreted as disingenuous since we need to get him as high as possible for the sake of relativity. Although that will be very difficult, so I'll just get Gojo as high as possible consistently. Gojo can be placed above every calculation and feat in the series, starting with attack potency. He is explicitly stated to be the strongest sorcerer of today. This places him above low tier feats such as Mekumaru's City Block level output and Ryu's Granite Blast, which is calculated at small town level. Moving higher, Gojo himself has a feat of creating an earthquake calced at large town level. Beyond this, Gojo surpasses both Jogo and the Sukuna who fought Jogo. Jogo created a meteor with small city level potency, while Sukuna's fire arrow was calced at small city level as well. Additionally, in chapter 200, it's mentioned that Gojo could power an entire nation. Depending on their interpretation, this feat ranges from city block level to island level. However, it's reasonable to assume he can sustain this for at least 3 to 6 months, as a brief duration like 1 second would render the statement unnecessary, the higher echelons being in those planetary ranges. And I know that honestly sounds ridiculous, but all in all, there is decent arguments. Firstly, with Sukuna's cover statement in which the destruction of the world is mentioned and stated. This is likely referring to the society and civilization of planet Earth, although this can be further backed up and used in tandem with Yuki's black hole, which has the potential to decimate the actual Earth and planet, stated by Kenjaku, a credible source. Given this and the fact that Gojo and Sukuna are far above Yuki, we can grant Gojo with planetary AP and durability. Then again, it's likely this black hole is straight combusting Gojo, and while it's not consistent at all, you could use Toji's 4D worm. Anyways, moving on to speed, once again it's mentioned Gojo is the fastest sorcerer, this involving the multiple bullet dodging feats as well as the feat in which Yuji is able to dodge and avoid Choso's piercing blood, which travels at the speed of sound. Maki being able to surpass Mach 3 speeds, later getting progressively faster throughout the series, and Hikari being able to slightly react and avoid Kashimo's lightning at massively hypersonic plus. Gojo being above all of this and even fighting Sukuna, whose massively weakened form was able to dodge an attack from Kashimo at a vegetative state. And just prior to this, Gojo was fighting a faster and composed Sukuna. And as we all know, an electromagnetic wave travels at the speed of light, most of the time. Gojo being above this, with common sense giving Gojo FTL plus speeds, and immeasurable using the prison realm. Just kidding. Maybe. As for abilities, it's pretty clear cut and I'm sure everyone and their grandma knows all these, but it's pretty crucial to present them in at least a simple form. His technique, Limitless, allows him to control the area around him. Using this, Gojo is able to infinitely divide the space between him and any attack, hence the name. There is very few ways to bypass this, however, being things such as hacks and abilities that bypass his Limitless. Great endurance and durability, as we know his Limitless turns off shortly after his domain. And finally, if you possess an attack that Gojo cannot perceive. There's also his blue technique that attracts and his red technique that repels. Red being stronger than blue, it can also act as a blast. Combining the two, he's able to activate purple, an imaginary mass, that decimates anything on an atomic level. Using his 6 eyes, he's able to enhance his precision and analyst of abilities. They also augment Gojo with a near endless stamina and cursed energy. Onto his domain expansion, Unlimited Void, granting him with an unavoidable attack when landed, filling the opponent with endless info, overloading the brain. Black Flash, which amplifies attacks, and lastly, using RCT, Gojo is able to reverse damage taken mid-battle. All this is sweet and all, but how does it compare to the caped body Saitama from One Punch Man? Let's find out.
So now that both Gojo and Saitama have been analyzed and scaled, it should come to no one's surprise that Saitama generally holds an upper hand by having an exponential gap in AP and speed. Even when being extremely generous to Gojo and granting him higher interpretations for AP, he still isn't close to Saitama, unless you want to use the uni and inaccessible speed metas, and if you think Gojo's the end all be all and cannot be touched, which isn't correct whatsoever. So why is this fight even a topic? Well, in theory, Gojo actually has a win con, but before we delve into that, let's talk about Saitama's win cons first. Firstly, with the raw stat advantage. With this, it's possible for Saitama to legit smash Gojo's face. No joke, as Saitama's speed isn't going to be something Gojo is even able to perceive. And with the AP, he could just punch away Gojo's infinity.
Bro, I don't know why I can't. Bro, this right here is keep. Yo, like, you the drawing? I don't like that. I like that.
Saitama could furthermore win with durability, as he can just outlast Gojo's Limitless technique. Once Gojo's infinity goes down, he's easy pickings. Although Saitama would have to outlast and survive Gojo's Unlimited Void, which would bring Gojo's first win con if Saitama was to get hit by Gojo's domain. And no, we're not going with the idea Saitama could just shrug this off, but being caught in that domain is pretty unlikely given Saitama is just drastically faster. But let's just give Gojo the benefit of the doubt. There's no way Gojo could actually kill Saitama, since they're not relative in AP. Red, blue, or even purple isn't going to do anything to Saitama. Lastly, Saitama could realistically just ignore Gojo's infinity negating space, or go back in time and just kill Gojo while he's an infant. And even without the AP gap, Saitama, as I've said before, can interact with space itself, which Gojo has no answer to. Gojo fighting wise has the skills advantage, but every possible win Kana can get for Gojo besides his domain has a counter for it. So unless Gojo pops domain instantly, then yeah, he can win. But anything else and he is getting absolutely fucking railed.
If you made it to the end of the video, thank you guys so much for watching.
I can say Stomach can counter that. Can counter that when he was in the manga. When he when they found what's called in the 3 scans. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Saitama can counter that. Before he even hit that, yo, we stopped that. Yo, I stopped that. I'm just saying though. But yeah.
If you have any video requests, let us know down below in the comments. Also, if you guys would like a personal video,
that's cool, bro. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You know, once again, Big Cat Goat win once again. You already know. Link up in the description, not a good stuff.